shit.
Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome back to another Yugioh video, and so today we're going to be going over my Shaddoll Invoked Dogmatika list from Master Duel. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel a lot. It lets me know you guys are enjoying the content. And I want to thank you guys again for getting me to 250 subscribers. It really means the world. As long as this community keeps growing, I'll be going ahead and continue to upload videos. And at the end of the video, I'll be leaving my friend code, so keep an eye on that. So if you just are interested in the deck profile, it's up on the screen, but I'll be going over the card by card. So first off, best level 2 in the deck, because everything in Master Duel is ordered by levels. Max C. Still think it can come back, but that's just my opinion in the TCG. But some people feel like it shouldn't come back because it literally would just stop their turn and give their opponent to go ahead and break their and just go for game right away. But there are cards like Ash Blossom, Cypher Imgear Gamma, that's also another one that can stop the Max C, and other cards like Called by the Grave as well. So it's just simply my opinion that this card can come back, and you'd have to open it in your opening hand, so I think it still can come back at 1. 2 or 3 might be pushing it, but at 1 it's perfectly fine. It might be a little sacky, but it at least gives you a chance to still play through the game. Or if your opponent feels like they can go ahead and take the Maxi challenge and win, that's another story. So next we have the one Hedgehog, one of the best Shaddoll monsters in my opinion, especially with flip effect. But sending off a Foolish Burial, getting another monster from your deck to your hand, is also very useful. 3 Ash Blossom, the best catch all hand trap in the game, because it can stop a search, stop a summon from deck, stop something from going to the graveyard from the deck. So it's really, really useful. 1 Wendy, of course, one of the better Shaddoll monsters. Getting something out from deck to field is very, very useful, especially when you have it in combination with certain other cards. 1 Skomata, pretty much this can be any Shaddoll name, but its flip effect as a Mana-Eater bug is also very useful. 1 Dragon, and of course, MST, if they have Meltdown up, it can't be responded to, so really useful, but it's also the bounce effect that can be useful as well, depending on the case. 3 Alistair, of course, best normal summon in the deck. Not really much to say there. 1 Ariel, again, in combination with Meltdown, can't be responded to. Banish up to 3 cards from either graveyard, and the best part is, even though it targets the 3 cards, they don't all have to be there in order for Ariel to resolve, because of the fact that it's up to 3, so that's probably the best reason why you can banish certain things, especially against Elvish being so prevalent in Master Duel. Still running Dogmatikas, of course, like I mentioned previously. The 1 Ecclesia to round out our level 4s. Only there as a light target, but it's also good to search out Fleur-de-Lis. 1 Beast as a draw power of the deck. 1 Fleur-de-Lis, of course, in combination with the Ecclesia. 1 Golden Lord. This is in here because I took out the 3rd Nib, because at least turn 1 this card can actually help me set up. And not only that, if I'm playing second, I can go ahead and just pitch that and any other card in my hand as far as the spell or trap is concerned, to try and at least get rid of a problem like Imperial Order or for example a Barrier Statue. So you gotta keep in mind, I put this card in the deck for versatility, and it really did help steal a lot of games, especially when it helps OTK. It's in Nibiru, of course, for any board spamming decks. Of course, with the 3 Max C, if they want to go ahead and try and take the Max C challenge, you can still draw into it. But still one of the best hand traps in the game. That's gonna round out our monsters with our spells. We're gonna go ahead and see the 1 Harpies. You can have anything on the field, and you can just activate this, clear the back row, and that way you can go ahead and try and push as much as possible. 1 Foolish Burial, really useful card in this deck, especially when you can send the Golden Lord. You can send an Alistair if you have an Invocation in hand. You can go ahead and send any of the Shaddoll monsters and get anything into your graveyard that you could really use at the moment. 1 Terraforming, of course, because Meltdown's at 2. Still need a way of getting to it securely, so if Meltdown was at 3, I probably wouldn't run it, but because it's at 2, I just put that in as a 3rd Meltdown. 3 Shaddoll Fusion, self-explanatory. Going first is good, but going second, it's great. Especially with Meltdown face up, you can just go ahead and send your Shaddoll monsters from your deck to grave and just get off their effects, and your opponent can't respond to them. 2 Invocation for the 3 Alistairs. Not much to say there. 2 Lightning Storms in the main. In case you're going second, just clear out all the back row or any special summon monsters in attack that may be causing an issue. You can just go ahead and deal with it with that and just continue to force out plays. And this also helps you go for game right away. That way you don't have to worry about things like Sky Striker. You can just go ahead and just clear all their back row. Same thing with the Eldritch matchup, and just try to push as much as you can. The 1 Nadir, because of course this card goes in combination with our 2 Dogmatika monsters, but not only that, this provides so much advantage. Sending an Apgalone turn 1, or just sending an Entis if you want to just go ahead and destroy something to push for game. 2 Meltdown to search out the Alistairs. Self-explanatory there. Best engine in the TCG, in my opinion, but that's just one person's opinion. 1 Super Poly, it is at 2, but I only have it at 1. I really don't need to see multiples of this card. It's useful. That way I can go ahead and just like get rid of a Golden Lord or use it off of Verite. But you don't really need more than 1 because you have plenty of ways to get to your plays, and turn 1 doesn't really help out your deck as much as you like. 1 El Shaddoll. This is in here because it helps having another way of getting to your Shaddoll fusions. And by Shaddoll fusions I mean Apgalone and Construct, or Wind on your opponent's turn. But at the same time, this also can go ahead and, if your opponent flips up Imperial Order, you have a way of still playing by activating this and hopefully having a chance to just either pop it or negate it with Apgalone or sending a dragon. 1 Sinister Shadow Games. Sinister Shadow Games, of course, as if you're not familiar with it, you can send 1 Shaddoll card, not specifically monster, but card, from your deck to your graveyard, and then you can flip up any Shaddoll monsters on your field face up. So this is great with Wendy. When you send something from Wendy face down onto your field, you can flip it up. Could be something like a dragon or a Skomata to destroy or bounce something, and you still get the send. And also, for the other Shaddoll trap in the deck, we have the Rest Shaddoll. This is great because of the fact that you can flip something face down or flip something face up. So you can go ahead and use it to flip up the Hedgehog if you have Foolish Burial and Hedgehog. Or you can just go ahead and send the Skomata to send the Resh, set the Hedgehog, use Resh to flip it up, and you have a way of getting to either to your Schism or to your Shaddoll fusions, depending on what you have in hand. 1 Red Reboot. Eldritch is a really big thing, so you want to just go ahead and push as much as you can, especially with IO. as well. You just want to go ahead and make sure your plays go through. One Vanity's Emptiness. Vanity is legal in Master Duel, so it really is a double-edged sword, but because you're playing cards like Foolish Burial, Terraforming, Harpies, and even the Golden Lord itself, you can simply just turn it off on your own. And not only that, for example, you can just set vanities with nothing else on field. You can just be like, okay, if they attack you with Ray, they try to use the Ray effect, you just flip up vanities, they don't summon the Link monster, and they can't use anything from Shark Cannon to get anything out from your graveyard if they don't have it already, even if they draw it. So you can pretty much just continue to attack until they have a way of getting rid of it. And last, of course, the one Shaddoll Schism. For extra deck, of course, the one Entis, 2 Winda. Entis, of course, being in there for the Deer Servant. 2 Winda, 1 Raijin because you are playing Wendy. 2 Abcalone, 1 Purgatrio, 2 Construct, 1 Naguitas, 1 Mechaba, and the tech of choice, the 1 Shikinaga. This does come up in multiple situations because you're playing Max C. You do have an Earth target to go into with Schism, and if you're playing against a deck that, like the Pure Zodiac, that plays the Infinitrack Link, or even just on a normal summon of a Zodiac monster, Schism, get rid of the monster. Or you don't have to worry about cards like Zeus coming out after that, because you've already gotten rid of the monster already. Of course, the 1 Gravity Controller for anytime you get to a Construct or Abcalone. The 1 Artemis because of space. We're not running the Almirage and Gardener package. And lastly, the Verte, because Verte is such a good card. You can just send any of your Shaddoll fusions if you're playing second and you haven't had a chance to get into it, or if you just want to use it multiple times in a turn. This allows you to go ahead and use a second Shaddoll fusion, or even just sending a Super Poly to get rid of your opponent's monsters. Anyways, that's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll leave my friend code up on screen at the end, but make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel a lot, and I hope to see you guys again next time. See ya!